I was going to call this video my top fashion tips, but then I thought about it for a minute and I realised that fashion and style are two completely different things, and that I'm not all about fashion in any way, shape or form. I'm about style, and that's not meaning to say that I think I'm like incredibly stylish. I didn't mean it like that. I meant that style is what I believe in as opposed to fashion. And a lot of people have been asking me to kind of make more fashion related videos, and it's something that I'm really enjoying at the moment. I'm kind of a little bit more into fashion than I am into makeup at the moment. It's just a phase, you know, we all have it. And I've decided to share my kind of top tips on style, and this is going to be probably quite a long video, but I just want to get it out there at the beginning and say that just because I'm saying things, it doesn't mean that everything I say is true. It doesn't mean that you have to agree with everything I say. You don't have to agree with the picks that I've said. And I'm saying it in a way that you probably think I take it really, really seriously. And I don't mean it like that. Like, I dress just like everyone else does. Like, I don't put extra effort and thought into it. But at the same time, these few little tips are kind of what I think help you distinguish a style that's kind of your own and a style that you're comfortable with. Some of these tips are probably like no-brainers. Others you might not have thought of. But this is just the way I look at it, and you wanted me to share it with you, so as always I'm being a nice YouTuber and obliging to what you ask for. So the first thing is definitely a no-brainer for everyone, and that is when it comes to style, when it comes to clothes, you need to know your shape. I'm not going to go through all different body types and body shapes and that kind of thing. If you want me to do something like that, then let me know. I will. But I'm sure there's a lot of other YouTubers that can explain it 10 times better than me. And people like Anna from the Styles Out, for example. If you don't know her, I'll link her in the description box, even though I'm sure you all know who she is. People like her can explain it a lot better than I can. These are just my kind of tips. But you need to know your advantages and your disadvantages. For example, I'm not really skinny. I don't have very good legs. I've got really awful legs, and therefore I can't wear something like hot pants, shorts, for example. I can't wear really tight short shorts because it's just not flattering for me. And I can't wear I don't know, like everyone's got their things that they just don't look right on them. But for example, things that are really fitted at the waist look really nice on me, and blazers really suit me because I've got quite a narrow top half. But you've got to know your weaknesses and your strong points and dress accordingly. So if you've got amazing legs, you can really rock the short mini dress. But if you've got a bigger top half, then maybe a crop top isn't the best option for you. So just bear in mind your figure and your good points and your bad points, and basically you just want to take the eye off the bad points and draw the eye to your nice qualities, and we all have them. The next thing is, this is a really funny tip, and I said this to my boyfriend the other day, and we were in the car and he just looked at me like I was a mental person. But when you dress, I can't believe I'm going to say this, it sounds really funny and like self-centered, but I really don't mean it in that way. When you dress, whether it's just going to the supermarket or going to town, think if you were photographed by papers or paparazzi or whatever, would you be embarrassed to be photographed like that? It sounds really ridiculous, but the reason that I'm saying it is because I don't mean be completely immaculate and like Victoria Beckham, for example, going to Tesco's. That's not what I mean. Dress appropriately to where you're going. So if it's just jeans and a top and flats because you're just going to the supermarket, that's great. But just think, if you were photographed, would you be okay being photographed like that? And it kind of makes you make a little bit more effort and not go out in your tracky bottoms and things when you want to be making a little bit more effort. You know, maybe you don't. If you feel comfortable going out like that, then that's great. But most of us like to kind of feel a little bit nicer. And if you just give that little extra thought and that little bit of extra, would I be okay seeing my picture in the paper wearing that? Then it just kind of works. It makes you go the extra mile, and I always do that, even if I'm just like wearing leggings and a long jumper and leggings, which is what I kind of live in the winter. Then I kind of think, no, I wouldn't be like mortified to be seen in the paper dressed like that, but I would be mortified if I went out in my tracky bottoms and I was put in the paper. So kind of just smarten it up a little bit. The next thing is think about the overall outfit. So a lot of people think that, it's just your clothes that matter. But I am a really strong believer in that the overall look really matters. So nail polish can really add to a look. I'm wearing the Charlotte nail polish from the Sex and the City collection. But a colour can really, really add to an outfit, as does jewellery. If you can see my earrings, as does jewellery, and so do bags, so do accessories, scarves, anything like that really, really adds to an outfit. Don't add everything all at once. So for example, if you've got chunky earrings on, I wouldn't put a scarf with them. And if you've got a really interesting cool belt, then maybe have like an earring instead of a bracelet or something like that, because it just kind of, if you know what I mean, just kind of try and pick and choose and don't overdo it. And the next thing is, when it comes to accessories, I'm a really, really strong believer in jewellery being great accessories, but I kind of like it to be a little bit different. So for example, if you're wearing a beautiful, kind of very sexy, girly dress, something like this watch, for example, this is from New Look, and it's quite a thick, quite kind of masculine looking watch. I'll show you what it looks like on. Something like this I think works really well because it just adds a little bit of edge and a little bit of contrast, and I really think that you should always go for contrast, and accessories is where you can really kind of shine, because I don't dress particularly interesting. The things I tend to choose are quite classic, quite kind of flattering, quite feminine, and not overly trendy. But when you when you combine them with kind of more interesting things, it kind of takes a different look. So for example, if you're wearing a really pretty dainty little dress, I would pair it like with black opaque tights, and I've got these black studded ankle boots that just kind of give it a little bit more interest, and it's a little bit more unexpected. That's what something like a masculine watch would do if you were just wearing a really pretty cocktail dress. It would just give it a little bit more interest and a little bit more depth, and that's something I think is really good and really great, that you can use accessories to do that, because it's just an easy way and a kind of comfortable way that you don't feel like you have to step out of the box. Then bags. I'm a firm believer in having really good bags. If you have a good bag, it just really, really helps to kind of make your outfit look lovely and really finishes an outfit off. I'm a bit of a bag lady. So for example, this bag right here is from Mark B by Topshop. It's a copy of the Chanel bag, and it's just like that, but it's just a really kind of chic looking bag, really elegant, but kind of interesting as well, because it's got the studding on the hardware studding on the sort of outside part. But it's just a really chic kind of bag, and it hangs nicely, and it adds a little bit more interest to an outfit. And then something as well, like a kind of very functional great bag, is the Focco bag, which is the fake Rocco, and this is what it looks like with the gorgeous gold studs at the bottom. But something like this kind of makes a statement, and I always think that with bags like this, it's always nice to carry them like that, because it just kind of shows the bag off a little bit more. But a bag like this really makes a statement to an outfit, but it still kind of looks casual, so I really, really like that. And then if you're going out on a nice glamorous evening out, I'm a big believer in the clutch bag. You need to find one that's a good size. So this one, for example, is from Accessorize, and it's just this patterned kind of silver bag. And it's got a really, really decent size. It's got a little chain strap if you fancy carrying it that way. If you've had too many drinks and you're scared you might misplace it. But it's got quite a lot of room in there. You can fit your mobile phone, your lipstick, anything like that, and just carry it out with you, and it looks really nice, and it just adds a kind of cute, elegant, dressy touch without you kind of going to that much of an extra effort. It kind of just finishes the look off, and I really, really like that. Then we have the coat. Now, obviously, if you live in a hot country, you don't need to think about this one. But for those of us who don't, a good quality, good fitting, nice coat is a really, really important staple, because it's kind of the out case of your clothes. It's what people tend to see you in. And just get a really, really nice coat. It doesn't have to be expensive. None of mine are expensive. But a really good coat just really gives you a good kind of basis to kind of a basis for a look. I don't even say it gives the basis to an outfit, but it just kind of completes the look in a really nice, really kind of effortless, chic way. And that's what I think a lot of the time is really important, that you kind of maintain a certain key look. So, for example, if you like the kind of really rock chick look and that kind of thing, then there's lots of different ways to add that into a look. But like I said, my style's quite sort of simple, quite classic. I don't like particularly trendy things on me, but I do like to kind of mix a little bit of mismatchy things and just give it a little bit more of an edge and something a little bit more interesting. And when you're kind of getting dressed, at the end of the day, it's just about you feeling nice in what you're wearing. And a lot of people tend to have a kind of staple look, so it'll be jean and a jumper, or jean and a top, and it's just kind of like a staple look that they'll always go for. And I don't have that. I like a lot of different things, and I don't dress in the same sort of style every day, which I think is quite a nice thing to have, because you kind of feel like you're playing dress up with yourself. And I have got things that are my staples that I couldn't live without, and I'm going to make a video about my wardrobe staples. But at the same time, it is fun to kind of play around with looks and that kind of thing. So there are a few key looks that I think are always good. Obviously, it depends on your body type, and you can adapt them to how you feel about your body and what you want to show off and what you want to cover. But for example, a great outfit option in my eyes is a good fitting blazer, longish blazer, a long, pretty sort of flowy top, jeggings or skinny jeans and flat pumps, and a nice chunky handbag, and maybe like a pretty little dainty gold necklace. To me, that's a really easy, go-to, comfortable, but you can dress it up, dress it down outfit that just works in every occasion. And that's the kind of staple outfit for me. And if I'm going out, then it's always a dress and heels. I can kind of play around with what type of heels or what style of dress, but that's kind of like a good staple to have. And another one is, in the winter time, I live in boots, leggings and jumper dresses and a nice coat and a scarf, because it's just something that's easy to throw on, but you can kind of play around with the colour and the texture. And scarves are a really good thing for that, because they can really add detail and kind of bring a colour closer to your face and that kind of thing. And what else have I got? Underwear is a big one. I think that a good basis for a great outfit starts with your underwear. A good fitting bra is really, really important. And or if you don't want to wear one, then that can work too. I haven't got one on today because I'm not going anywhere. But great fitting underwear, and if you like to wear kind of matching underwear, I do, then that's a nice kind of little touch that just makes you feel extra special. It doesn't have to cost an arm and a leg. Like I've said before, Primark do amazing sets of matching underwear for £4 or £5, and they're just great quality, really nice, and it's just a really nice kind of extra little touch. But yeah, I think that's it. I can't really think of anything else. I might have kind of rambled and got it a bit jumbled up, but those are my top style tips. Another one I've just thought of is be a fashion consumer. Look at magazines, look at people in the street that you think that you like what they're wearing. And there's no shame in copying an idea, because how you style it and how you wear it is always going to be different. And I do it all the time. I see someone wearing something and I think, oh, I need to get onto that. That's a good idea. And that's just a really kind of universal thing that we all do that can end up being a really, really nice outfit. So yeah, don't take anything I said too literally or anything like that. It sounds like it's kind of a really shallow, serious, superficial way of looking at it. It isn't. I've obviously got much more interesting things going on in my life than what shall I wear today, but it does bother me, and I'm sure it does bother all of you. And also it's just kind of nice to give yourself that little treat and give yourself that little kind of boost of confidence where you know that you're wearing something that you feels really chic and lovely, and just really let yourself have fun with it, and don't kind of get stuck in a rut, but remember your classics. And yeah, those are my top style tips. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what your top style tips are in the comments below, and if you've got any questions, then I'll be more than happy to reply. And hope you'll have a great day, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.